what I say about relations between the sexes. So many people at the beginning tried to pretend I was saying I wasn't saying. And they tried to pretend I was making stuff up or something. But every honest reader knows what I'm talking about when I say, for instance, why is it that we have always had a motif of the predatory male, always, throughout history, throughout literature, throughout everything, Bible, everything, we have the predatory male. Why is it that until today we also had a perfectly familiar trope of the predatory female, and only today have we pretended that no such thing exists? All men know this to be the case. All women know it to be the case. They all know, they've seen it in other women. They know that a type of woman exists who locks her eyes on a prize and will go for it whatever it takes. And our society has pretended, no. These must be mythical beings. And they don't exist. And why have we pretended that the only problem in the sexual arena is the alpha male? And why have we pretended that it's desirable to make men, heterosexual men, into these cringing eunuch-like figures who have to wear the feminist t-shirt and have to do all of this stuff? And why do we pretend somewhere down the road that any women want those men? Everyone knows this is true.
Amen, bro. Yeah.
Everybody knows this is true.
Yeah.
And we've pretended it isn't. And a few people try to pretend when I make this point in the women chapter that I must be making it up. And they know I'm not.
That was my favourite chapter, actually. I mean,
women.
Yeah, because I think the trans stuff, is self-evidently stupid and wrong and insane. But the women stuff, women, they're great, but they're also bloody evil. It's obviously I, as the kamikaze, can say that you can't. But at their worst, they're,
I describe in the women chapter this conference of women in business that I went to. When I was researching that, and one of my favourite things was, and this comes up all the time now when I'm allowed to speak in a company or any other public gathering where where people ask advice on this, always afterwards women come up and say thank you for saying this, because there are things like so I give this example of at this Women in Business conference. Everything again was presented as the only problem in the workplace is predatory males, alpha males, and so on. And one brave woman, there was a sort of screen where you could send questions to the panelists, and it came up on a big screen at the back, and there was all this just boring female solidarity stuff going on all day. Some brave soul, anonymously though it has to be said, she's wise, put up a question saying, has any other woman in the audience found that it's other women in the workplace who are a bigger problem than men? And it was on the screen like it's just Damocles' sword above the whole damn day. And they ignored it because they can't deal with that because they've set up their paradigm, which is evil, nasty, rampaging men. And everybody in the hall knew that there's another story. Oh, is there another story? So I love those sorts of ones, and I love the fact that it's possible to say them, and I hope that readers get some encouragement from knowing that this stuff we've pretended we've forgotten is known and is able to be identified and is able to be said. And and by the way, we haven't touched it, but this, since we last met, this so-called cancel culture stuff has all grown. I'm very against this, not just in the ways that you and I would agree we're against it, but I'm against it for lots of other reasons. I don't like this exaggeration of it. I don't like the exaggeration of it. To one extent, you can't exaggerate it enough. These people who advocate it are evil. They want to destroy the incomes and the livelihoods of the people they get in their sides. On the other side, there are lots of us who can survive this perfectly well. I haven't been cancelled. I don't intend to be cancelled. They can't cancel me. Every time I write a book, it's a bestseller. It sells in multiple countries, in multiple languages. I can say what I want. I strongly encourage other people to do the same.